What's up everybody, and today we are going to review the Winter Major so far and make our predictions for the next bit. Okay, so I've sort of got it up here and I'll sort of just be saying it's sort of more like a podcasty thing rather than me like showing you stuff. So let's get into it. Group A, FaZe Clan topping the group, G2, Crew and G1 then. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed because, well, FaZe lost 3-2 to G1 in the round 1 and G2 beat Crew. But the biggest shock was Crew beating G1. Like G1, they looked like they were gonna win the group, and they lost to Crew, and it's like, no, because now they are out after beating FaZe. Yeah, so that's kind of a bit of an upset. FaZe beating Crew and then beating G2, sort of not a surprise, but could have done better in round 1. G2 beating G1 and Crew, and then losing to FaZe. So, yeah, not bad. And then Crew losing, well, getting swept by G2 and FaZe, only to beat G1, which is kind of sad. But anyway, moving on to Group B, Karmine Corp. So they topped their group, going 3-0, only dropping one game against Vitality, so not bad. So they beat Dignitas, then beat Falcons, then beat Vitality. Dignitas, well, I watched their match against Falcons and they absolutely got destroyed. 3-1 in game 1, 5-0 in game 2, and 6-2 in game 3, so Dignitas didn't get a decent lineup. They won one game, and they took a game off Vitality. So yeah, Vitality came third in the group. They lost to Falcons and lost to Karmine Corp, but they beat Dignitas, and Falcons lost to K Corp but beat Dignitas and Vitality. So now moving on to Group C, we got Liquid, Secret, Ground Zero, and Gladiators. I must say this was an absolute massacre against Gladiators. They didn't manage to win a game, which it's hard because APAC, like I've said before, they're good within their own region. So internationally and like at majors and worlds, they are terrible. Like they're not expected to get out of like the group C. However, so round 1 against Liquid, maximum they scored was 2 in games 1 and 3. Against Secret though, perfect sweep, couldn't score a single goal, and against Ground Zero, they scored 3, then went down to 1, and they lost all momentum, so didn't go well. So it was sweeps, well, Team Secret and Team Liquid clean swept Ground Zero and Gladiators both, and then Ground Zero swept Gladiators, and Liquid nearly got reverse swept by Team Secret, but they managed to hold them off in Game 5 and won that, so Liquid topped their group. Now moving on to Group D, Complexity, Oxygen, Gen.G and Pioneers. Probably like the biggest shocker group ever, because Complexity beating Oxygen, well, Complexity, they're underrated. I'm gonna say that because I don't think anyone expected them to top their group with Gen.G and Oxygen, but they did well. Then Gen.G beat Pioneers. Then next round, Complexity and Gen.G, honestly, they're the defending major champions, and Complexity absolutely annihilated them, literally. 2-1, and then 3-1 to Gen.G, and then 4-3, then 3-0. So Gen.G could have done a lot better. Oxygen versus Pioneers, kind of expected this. 3-0 for Oxygen, and then Complexity versus Pioneers. Pioneers took a game off Oxygen, Complexity, so yeah. And then finally, Gen.G versus Oxygen. Probably one of the most interesting series ever, because each of the games had around at least a 2-goal lead, apart from game 4, which was 1-0 to Gen.G, because the score went 5-2, 5-3, 4-1, 1-0, 4-1. So a high scoring series there. And now looking at the playoffs, we're going to go down round 1. So first of all, round 1, Falcons versus Gen.G, winner plays FaZe. It's tough because Falcons, they've been playing extremely well, don't get me wrong. However, Gen.G, they're a good team, but they're not performing at all. They've come here to win and they're not doing well at all. So I'm going to say Falcons to move on to play FaZe. So Falcons to win that, I would say 3-1. Secret versus Crew, South American battle. To play Complexity, who used to be South American team, I think, at least, yeah. So I've got Team Secret 3-0. G2 versus GZ, round 0. So that's obviously going to be G2. I'm going to say 3-0 to play KC. Oxygen versus Vital. This is confusing because you got Mina. So you got Mina, NA, Sam, NA, OCE, EU. And the winner of Mina and NA goes to play NA. The winner of Sam goes to play NA, who I think used to be Sam. And then at the bottom, the winner of the EU battle goes on to play another EU team. And the winner of that EU team will probably play another EU team, being Carmine Corp. So yeah. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, so then Oxygen will probably be Vitality and move on to play Liquid. Quarterfinals, so it's going to be Falcons versus FaZe. I'm going to say, this is so hard, I'm going to say FaZe, but 4-2 or 4-3 to FaZe. I don't think that's going to be a extremely one-sided series. Complexity versus Secret, it's got to be Complexity 4-1 maybe, if not 4-2. Complexity should dominate. KC versus G2, KC 4-2, 4-3, give or take. Oxygen Liquid. This is a hard one. I'm going to say Liquid 4-3, but it goes to overtime in Game 7. Now, FaZe versus Complexity. I'm gonna say since FaZe start off slow and get better as it progresses, I'm gonna say FaZe 4-1. And then KC Liquid. If you haven't noticed, I'm a Liquid fan and I'm biased towards Liquid, so I'm gonna go Liquid 4-2. I'll say. And then grand final, FaZe versus Liquid. Liquid are going to win that 4-3 or 4-2. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I hope that Liquid win. And also, quick note before I finish, we should be streaming at around 7 PM GMT or BST. BST. I keep getting confused. I think it's BST. Yeah, British Summer Time. Yeah. So whenever Rocket League stream today, we are going to be doing a watch party. Feel free to join, okay? It's twitch.tv/rollingpuffin. Have a good day, guys.